Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today is all about fall. I have 3 recipes that I will be sharing with you that are all pumpkin inspired. So if you're a pumpkin person like me, go ahead and keep on watching. I absolutely love fall. Anything fall, I am there. So today I am making pumpkin donuts, pumpkin pie, and a pumpkin spice coffee. So we're gonna start with the pumpkin donuts. So let me go ahead and show you what you'll need for your ingredient. Half a cup of white or brown substitute, sugar substitute. I am using Splenda, brown sugar Splenda, and also I have the Whole Earth, I'm trying to read it, Whole Earth erythritol substitute for white sugar. You need 1 large egg at room temperature, so go ahead and pull that out, the first thing you need to do. 1 tablespoon of Land O'Lakes light butter made with canola oil. And then, or you can substitute that with 2 tablespoons of unsweetened applesauce because you already have it. I'm gonna do the butter because everything's better with butter. Half a cup of water, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that is for the donuts themselves. Then you have your cinnamon sugar topping. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this as well. So you'll need, I can't believe it's not butter spray. And then 1/8 of a cup of granulated sugar substitute. So like I said, I have the erythritol kind. You can have really whatever you'd like, as long as it's a substitute. And then 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. All right, so grab you a medium-sized bowl, get your spices that I told you about, and then also your baking powder and your flour. So you're gonna start with 1.5 cups of flour. So I have my half a cup here. You need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Then you're going to need your nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now go ahead and whisk this together, and we're gonna set this aside. Okay, so now it's time for all of your other ingredients. So you're gonna get your 1/4 cup of applesauce, and you're gonna start this in a separate bowl. Half a cup of pumpkin puree. Make sure that gets out. I thought I was recording, but I added a little less than half of a cup of white or brown sugar substitute. I added just a little bit less than half a cup. Just because with the erythritol, it goes a lot farther than regular sugar. And then 1 egg at room temperature. You'll need half a cup of water. And then also, let's see, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Open this. Then 1 tablespoon of Land O'Lakes butter. Okay, so now grab your dry ingredients and get them ready to pour into the wet ingredients. Now I poured a little bit of pumpkin pie spice because I love pumpkin. So now we're going to put the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients gradually. So I'm gonna dump just a little bit and just start stirring. Okay, so now you have your 2 donut pans. They are greased, washed, and greased. And go ahead and start your oven at 350 while we're doing this. Grab your batter, go ahead and put it in a gallon bag. We're gonna go ahead and pop the corner and start putting the batter into the donuts. And just equally, as best as you can, disperse them into each of the donut holes. Okay, so now that you have filled them up, you're gonna go ahead and place them in the oven, like I said, 350 for about 10 to 13 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is. But go ahead and do that, and then once you start smelling them become fragrant, test them with a toothpick and see if they are done in the middle. All right, so the donuts are finished. They are perfect. You're gonna go ahead and let them cool for just a few minutes. Go ahead and take them out. They'll slide right out. Then you're going to dunk them into cinnamon sugar mix. This is a 1/8 of a cup of alternative sugar. And I just kind of winged it with cinnamon. You can pour as much as you or as much as you like, and then coat them evenly in the mix. All right, so to the next thing that we are making is no-bake individual pumpkin pies. So you're going to need 1.5 cups of canned pumpkin, 2 packages of sugar-free vanilla instant jello pudding, 1.5 cartons of caramel protein, or 2 cups of Carb Master non-fat reduced sugar milk, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs, 3 tablespoons of Land O'Lakes light butter made with canola oil. You're going to need this melted like I have beside me. Then 1/4 cup of 0-point brown sugar substitute, fat-free ready whip, and then 1/4 of teaspoon of cinnamon to garnish. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and begin with the pumpkin. You're going to need 1.5 cups of pumpkin. This is also from the other recipe. I told you, y'all, I'm using all the pumpkin today. So you're going to do 1 cup and then get another 1/2 cup of pumpkin. You're going to need 1.5 cartons of caramel premier protein. This one I have already drank some of it, so that's about half. And then you'll need another one. This was perfect because I had literally 1.5 cartons. Mix this together. And you don't need a substitute with almond milk. Unfortunately, the way that the vanilla pudding, it does not set properly, but on the ingredients that I will list everything below, that also tells you that as well. That's why it only gives you 2 options. Unfortunately, you can't use almond milk. So then you're gonna need 2 boxes of the sugar-free vanilla instant pudding mix. And then you're also going to need 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. So now whisk all of this together. Okay, so once this is set and stirred well, go ahead and grab your other bowl, and you're going to need your melted butter, your brown sugar substitute, and your graham crackers. Okay, so you're going to need 1 cup of crushed graham crackers. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Make sure all that comes out. Then you're going to need 1/4 of brown sugar alternative. I use the Splenda brown sugar. And you're just going to mix it together. Now you're going to evenly disperse into 8 mason jars, starting with the crust. It says on the recipe to do 3 tablespoons in each mason jar, but I'm gonna try to evenly disperse it, so we'll see how far it goes. Okay, so now that I have all 8 of my mason jars filled with the bottom of the crust, you're going to get your half a cup and then measure out 1/2 cup for each of the mason jars, and you're going to pour that into each mason jar over the crust. Okay, so I jarred all of them. You can't really see it. It might not look like the best dessert, but it's going to taste amazing. I already tasted it. Then you can top it with some fat-free Ready Whip when you are ready to eat. These last for a week in your fridge. So all of this baking has made me tired. That is why I thought that leaving the pumpkin spice latte was the best idea for last. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over the list of things that you're going to need. You're gonna need 1 3/4 cup of skim milk. I'm using almond milk because milk usually does not settle well with my stomach. You're gonna need 1/2 cup of canned pumpkin. Back to what we've been using this whole time. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar replacement. I'm using the Splenda one. 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. 1/2 teaspoon of each. A ground cinnamon and ginger. I don't like ginger, so I'm not going to be using that. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1 cup of strong brewed coffee, which I already have brewed. Tablespoon of vanilla extract. Ready Whip for the top. Now this is making 2 large servings. I read that. So 2 tablespoons per latte. And then additional ground cinnamon for sprinkling. That's optional. So let's go ahead and dive right in. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar replacement. I'm using my Splenda one. I'm gonna need 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. I'm just gonna sprinkle it in until I like it. Also ground cinnamon. I'm not using ginger like I said earlier. So just some cinnamon in there. Perfect. Then you're going to need a little bit of salt. You need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, so just a little bit. Now go ahead and turn on your heat. We are going to turn it on to, let's see here, cook over medium heat. And we're going to whisk this together. And you're going to cook it for about 10 minutes. Almost forgot the most important part, the pumpkin pie puree. This is 1/2 cup. And just mix it together. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and turn off the heat. But you're gonna pour in 1 cup of freshly brewed coffee, preferably dark roast. And pour that in. And then 1 tablespoon of vanilla. You can hear my coffee maker over there. And you're going to get the remaining milk. You're going to bring that to the eye, turn up the heat, and you're going to get this to simmer just a little bit there until it starts to boil, and then you're going to froth it. Now I don't have a handheld frother, so I'm going to put mine in beside my Keurig has a frother on it, so I'll just put it beside that once it is done simmering. Okay, so I just whisked really fast with the heat itself. I'm not making a whole nother mess with my frother, so we're just going to stir this in together and we're going to call that. That's really good, like really tasty. So before we close out, I wanted to read y'all some benefits of pumpkin because it's pretty interesting. So the first one, it helps regulate blood pressure, reducing the risk of cancer, preventing and controlling diabetes, protects against age-related eye problems. It is very nutritious. It has multiple vitamins in it. Helps with your diet because it helps you feel fuller, so it can help with weight loss. So just a few things that I'm reading. I mean, the list goes on. So it is very cool how beneficial pumpkin is to our health. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for joining my day and everything fall inspired. I hope you enjoyed it. Below I will list everything, including points and recipes for blue, purple, and green as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit that bell button for future videos, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.